Members of the night that Dolph beat Alberto to win the world title.
It was probably one of those where even though we were on the losing end, like I had so many goosebumps. Even though like we knew what was going to happen, me and Del Rio knew. But just when his music hit, just everybody just erupted.
Why do you think the office isn't behind Dolph? Because I mean, to me, he's one of the best bumpers and talkers.
No, he is. He is. I think a lot of it has to do with
injury prone. Or?
No.
I always hear that.
No. Well, he's only been hurt like once because of a concussion.
That's what I hear. I hear the office is scared to push, whatever.
Yeah. Office is stupid sometimes. I feel like the more you stand up for yourself, at least, especially now with this new office that we have, the more you stand up for yourself, the worse it is for you. They want little pawns. They want little toy soldiers to kind of mess around with. And the moment one of them rises up, get your ass back down. That's what happened.
Isn't that the way it's always been in WWE?
Not always.
No,
because Vince liked it when you stood up for yourself.
Okay.
I remember specifically, we used to have promo class with Vince. And I remember this one specifically because I was brand new. So I just stood up in the corner just by myself, just quiet. He kept walking by, and McGillicuddy, Curtis Axel, had his foot out. So Vince would go and step on his foot on purpose and just keep walking. Just keep talking, come back, step on his foot, walk, boom, step on his foot. And then eventually he turned around and he's like, aren't you going to say anything? And then McGillicuddy's like, oh, no, sorry, sir. He's like, no. Like, you don't realize what I'm doing. Like, I'm stepping on your foot on purpose because I want you to say something. Like, Vince likes it when you stand up for yourself. Vince likes it when you go, if you have an issue, address it. He doesn't like it when you become a little bitch.
Man, right.
Yeah, screw that.
That's a great story, by the way.
So Vince would do that on purpose. He was like, you step on your foot to see if he would do something. Now with this new office that we have, it seems like it's the opposite. The more you stand up for yourself, the worse it is for you, because they don't want that.
What are your thoughts on Hunter and his system?
Now,
because you were going to talk about
I don't like it. I really don't. I feel like if you're not one of his little projects or his little toys, he doesn't matter. Like, you don't matter. I saw the transition between Vince's regime and then Hunter's regime. Like, I saw that transition, and we all saw it coming, or Laurinaitis, whatever. So we all saw that coming, and we saw how like the older guys that had been there before just kind of got pushed back. Everybody got pushed back.
Right.
Your Sheamus, your Wade Barrett, Del Rio, and granted, most of us were Laurinaitis boys. We were his little projects, his hirees, and at that time we were still. I think we were the last of the kind of people that were like, if we had issues, we would speak about it. We would speak up. We would stand up for ourselves. If we had money issues, we would go, hey dude, what the fuck. Now, like I said earlier, if you speak up, oh, you're complaining. Oh, okay. Well, you're off the house shows. So I noticed that difference. And like I said, if you're not one of his boys, one of his little toys, you don't really matter. Like, how many times? And I love the Wyatts. I love the Wyatts. But how many times do you have to see him on Raw? I can see him in the beginning, maybe if you want something in the middle, and then at the end. You don't have to see him every other fucking segment. Same with the Shield. You don't have to see him every other segment. You still have 40 other guys on the roster that are still waiting for a spot. But if you're not Hunter's little things, you don't really matter. And like I said, if God forbid you stand up for yourself, God forbid you try and get over it by yourself without the machine behind you, because then that'll be shut down real quick. And I get it. I get it when he brought in his little posse. I get it because just like in real life, when the new president comes in, he brings in his cabinet, gets rid of the old. So in a sense, I kind of get that. I don't necessarily agree in the positions that the people he brought in were put in, just because they jumped a lot of people. They jumped like Dean Malenko. They jumped Arn Anderson, which I believe those guys have an amazing mind. Jamie Noble have an amazing mind for wrestling and for what the business is, that they should have been in those positions and then had the other guys back down and then eventually work their way up.
Joey's one of Hunter's boys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Joey. Joey, obviously, like Billy Gunn, who's Scar Armstrong. Those are Hunter's little boys.